Sure, YouTube, is Dysphonic here and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, please make sure to hit that subscribe button for more videos like this. I know I've been gone for a long while, 2 weeks and a few days, which is a lot for me because I've been trying to, be consistent around here on YouTube, but I slacked because there was a lot of work for me to do. But I'm still busy. I haven't finished what I've been up to. There are a lot of projects that I've been working on, services that I offer like remixing, mixing and mastering, ghost producing. So I've been getting a lot of clients lately and which have been requesting these services. But yeah, that's about it. And also I'm on to one thing I'm also up to is producing an EP for myself, which I'm gonna release. I don't know when though, but yeah, I'll announce when I'm gonna release it. I'm expecting you guys to support me and all of that. But yeah, let's dash into today's video, guys. Today's video is a tutorial around deep house. The nice thing about today's tutorial is that it's gonna emphasize the previous tutorial that I once made, which was about using a minor 9th chord to make a deep house track. So as basic as that video might have seemed, I'm gonna show you guys how I actually used that technique to make a deep house song that I actually released. And from the stats, I feel so proud that it's doing so much numbers out there by the digital stores compared to the songs that I've released previously. So that's subjective, but I feel like this song has been doing a lot for me. It's a beautiful deep house song, very simple. They say simplicity is the ultimate sophistication, but let's not dwell too much on that. Let me show you how I used the minor 9th chord to produce a beautiful deep house track that I've also released to stores. So now we are here on FL Studio. This is the song that I released, of which the production started off with me using the minor 9th chord. The name of the song is Dark Woods. Most of you guys might know the song. If you don't, please go check it out. I'll appreciate that. But I'm gonna play a short section for you guys, for those who don't know it, so that we can get on with the video. I'm just gonna press play. Alright, cool. So that's the section that I just played for you now. I'm sure you've gotten the direction of the song now. It's a simple song. The composition looks simple and well organized as well. But then I'm sure you're still figuring out, or, wondering, what did I actually do, to come up with this song. I'm just going to show that to you now, which is it was very simple for me also. The first thing I did was come up with a chord, right? Decide on the chord that you're gonna use. There are a lot of chords that you can use, but then for me, I used the minor 9th. So I'm just gonna click on minor 9th, and then as you can see, all these notes are on F#4, minor 9th chord. So F#4 was my root note. I'm not sure about the music theory on that, but that's what I know. But yeah, I stand to be corrected. So that's what I do. And then I decide on that, and I use a pad, and then I map it out on that pad, of which I used Gladiator, and this is the name of the preset, and this is how it sounds. It's very, low and subtle. But the nice thing about it is that it gives a lot of ambience to the song, all right? So it has to be on low volume, just it playing on the background, all right? So I've decided that I'm gonna play on the minor 9th. And then the next thing that I did was to come up with some short synths, right? As you can see, this one, the preset is Dark Woods. But it has a lot of rhythm onto it. The reason why is because I changed the progression. Like I made a bit of progression over here. As you can see, the pad was on F#4, but then I actually changed that over here. The root note is no longer F#4, but it's C#4. Normally it was here, so I did this and I duplicated it, and then I pasted it here again, then here. But then after I thought, let me flip it around actually, then I took it here to C#4, right? And I was guided by the ghost notes. So to make sure you highlight your ghost notes, you go to helpers, scale highlighting, and then click the key that you are playing in. For me, it's F#. So as you can see, they are the guidelines for you. Alright, that's how that sounds. And then the next thing now that I did was to build onto that rhythm. And then I used the GMS preset. This is the name of the preset, and this is how it sounds. All right, so just notice how I stick to the same progression, right? So the first section is on F#4, then the second one is on C#4, right? And then I go back to F#. So that was the whole progression for me. This is the progression for me, right? So it brings in that rhythm from the song, right? And then the next thing to figure out now, this is what I started off with, and then from there I just built a drum kit on top of it, and this is how it would sound so far. All right, that's how it sounds. But then there's also something here I didn't show you guys, which is a short synth from Purity, just for ambience, nothing much. All right, this one. And this is the preset that I used from Purity. And yeah, I made a video, I think it was last year, on my top 5 plugins for Deep House, but I'm thinking of making a 2021 version of that. So Purity is also another plugin that I like using for Deep House, so please consider getting Purity. And then now let's move on to the Bassline, which is another key thing that drives the whole song. All right, I used Revity for Deep House songs. If you observe from all of my tutorials, if I don't use the log drum, I'm gonna go for Revity S, and this is the preset that I used, the square envelope. Just notice how the notes are on top of the guideline notes, right? Because of the scale that I'm on. But then let me play it along with the song, and then you're gonna hear how it sounds. All right, But then without the drum kit, this is how everything sounds so far. And then I slowly build the drum kit to match with the sounds that are playing, right? Alright, slowly building the drum kit. Alright, so that's how the song sounds so far, with the drum kit added, the bass line, the pad, and all of that. And then the next thing that I did was the melody. Now let's get onto the melody. I think somewhere here. The melody is still subtle, it's still low. You can't really hear much of it, but it's there. I'm just gonna go to the individual pattern. Right, this is how I introduced it. As you can see, it's automated, the volume is automated, so it's still lower, but then when you get to this point, you'll hear much of it. All right, if you notice here, you'll hear that the preset of the melody has changed. This one is more harsher. As we are proceeding to the climax, I wanted something more harsh, which is this, and this is how it sounds. And it also has a lot of delay onto it. Okay. This is how it sounds unmixed, and then some delay is obviously coming from here. All right, so this is how mixing makes it sound, right? And then we also have these nice log drums that I used over here just to change the, the way the song is flowing, just to give it some bit of taste and change the bass line notes. So I had to use a log drum for that. That's Dysphonic Log 7. So it's part of my presets that are also on my store. Check the link under the description if you want to get hold of them. Yeah, so in terms of adding sounds, that's all that I did, but then the rest of the stuff is coming from the automations and also the effects. There's a lot of power that lays within the automations, so don't take them for granted. They actually, add a lot of variation to your song. As you can see, these are the automations: 1, 2, 3, 4. More than 4 different automation clips that I used, and I'm gonna show you the first one that I used here for the pad. So as you can hear, the cutoff filter was raised to make it sound more harsh. So that's the first automation. And here the automation was done for these synths to make them more harsh. There's a part where you want sounds to sound smooth, and then there's a point where you want your things to sound a bit harsh. So just play around with that logic to come up with something nice. And then I also used these effects because when you transition, usually at the mark of 33, you want to transition onto adding from your intro to the middle part of the song. So within that transition, you want to make use of effects. So this is what I used. This is the effect that I used. Then I made a mini break over there. All right, so that's the use of effects that I highly encourage you guys to use. You know, just if you are using FL Studio default packs, so what you can just do is drop a cymbal and then also clone it, make a reverse cymbal and all of that. But then if you want to go extra, you can use like external packs, which are actually nice because you won't find a lot of these sounds on FL Studio, like these effect and also this effect. You see, as you can hear, it gives the song a lot of hype. So that's the use of effects that I encourage you guys to do. So as you can see, the song was a bit simple. The composition is straightforward, easy to understand and all of that. But then with it being simple, it's very nice and a beautiful deep house track, you know, not too complicated. You know, you don't have to first, you know, try to understand. You know, there are songs that you have to listen 2 minutes. Okay, I'm exaggerating, but you have to listen to them for a while to sort of understand where they're coming from and where they're going. But then with this one, within 30 seconds, you can get the whole vibe and direction of the song, which is what I like about deep house and it being simple. And this is a perfect example, I mean, of that. And then one last beat that I want to show you guys is, you know, the beauty of art and how you can still make mistakes in art, and those mistakes can make that art to be perfect. Yeah. Which is a nice saying. So as you can see, this clip over here is misaligned, right? What happened is when you're producing, if I can randomly click anywhere, something is gonna fall over there. So I think that's what I did when I was busy producing, and I randomly clicked by accident, and I didn't realize that I left a clip somewhere where it's not supposed to be. As you can see, this is a section, this is a row for shakers, right? This GMS belongs here. So I misplaced it and I didn't realize, but then as I was listening to the song, I did feel something was not in place, but it sounded nice, right? So that's the beauty of art. Let me play it for you. All right. So one would say it's deliberate, but actually it's not planned. It was an accident. It wasn't meant to be like that. So that's the beauty of art. It doesn't have to be perfect. Sometimes it being imperfect makes it amazing. So yeah, that's the song. I hope you guys learned a lot from it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, please do leave a like, leave a comment, let me know. Yeah, cheers guys, I'll catch you on my next one.